Mr. Speaker, the reasons for the opposition's objection to the GST have been documented extensively in social media and in the minds of Singaporeans. As PSP's Secretary General, Francis Yun, has said, the move to hike GST is unnecessary, untimely, and uncompassionate. The government has basically put up two arguments against the opposition. First, while the government do not deny that it has ample revenues, it insisted that much of the revenue are not to be used for this generation. Second, the GST is not regressive because the poor are compensated by GST vouchers, never mind the other Singaporeans, including the sandwich class who have to pay more. In my speech during the Committee of Supply debate in February, I have stated that the sandwich class will be paying $1.2 billion more as a result of the full implementation of the 2% GST hike, at a time when they are facing challenges with soaring inflation and escalating housing prices. The government, however, did not confirm or deny that figure. I don't want to raise the same questions. The time is better spent telling a story to illustrate what is happening and let Singaporeans decide. Many will remember the story about Ah Seng and his grandfather Gong, told by former Member of Parliament Lee Bee Wah. However, she did not complete the story. Today, I will share one more episode with all of you. Sir, Mandarin, please.
Ah Seng, her, and Gong's story, continuing the second part. Their parents passed away when they were very young, and he was brought up by his grandfather. But Ah Seng is not someone who only knows how to get money from the grandfather. After he started working, he gave most of his salary to his grandfather to help with the household expenses. After he married and had his own children, his family expenses increased a lot. But the grandfather insists that he wanted more money for the household expenses. He needed more because grandma needed to see the doctor and the flat needs to be refurbished. He gave all kinds of reasons. So all this while, Ah Seng had a heavy burden. He did not have much cash, savings. So if it is true that they were in need of money, then the grandfather's demands were not unreasonable. But later on, Ah Seng realized that their forefathers had actually left a huge inheritance to their family, but the grandfather did not tell him so. Instead, he kept it a secret. All this while, Ah Seng had a spirit of self-reliance, and he did not bear the family inheritance in mind. Previously, when grandfather asked Ah Seng to fork out money to pay for part of the expenses of buying a flat. Ah Seng did not complain. Back then, grandfather only helped Ah Seng to pay part of the first installment, and Ah Seng borrowed money from the bank to pay the grandfather. Later on, grandfather took the proceeds from selling the flats and used it for investment. Later on, when Ah Seng entered middle age, he was not doing well in his job, and he was heavily burdened by the daily expenses. Under such circumstances, in the beginning of this year, Gong still asked Ah Seng to increase the money given to the household. Ah Seng felt very unhappy with the grandfather, and whenever any family members question the grandfather about the family inheritance, the grandfather will get angry and scold them for being unfilial and ask them not to talk about it. Actually, Ah Seng agreed that they should leave more for their future generation, but the immediate priority should be to resolve the problems that they are facing now. So Singaporeans, do you agree with the grandfather? If you are Ah Seng, would you agree with grandfather and give him more money for the family expenses? It is hard to decide who is right and wrong, but everyone knows what is the real answer.
Thank you.